Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike Hogan from Jeffersonville, Indiana, bringing you your midday grain comments for Tuesday, May 3rd, 2016. Looks like red across the board today. Showing corn down about a dime, beans down 14, and wheat down 17 at the moment. Looks like the dollar's made a fairly strong comeback today here after midday. Ags are basically lower across the board. Most of the rest of the commodity board as well has turned south. Mainly that news, it appears, at this point in time. Stock market's lower in sympathy as well, so it looks like there's a little bit of a risk off going out, probably based on some of the currency trade here today. Planting pace looking a little bit ahead of schedule on the corn, 45% versus numbers generally off 5-year average around 30%, so a little bit faster on that. Brazil corn, we did see some private estimates out today. That's been kind of the concern that we've been looking at for a while here. Some of the up movement has certainly been based on adverse weather in both Argentina and Brazil. The Brazilian corn estimate came out at about 81 million metric tons. That's roughly 2 to 3 million metric tons lower than most of the numbers that we saw about a month ago at this point in time. Beans, though, pretty much stable. 100.5 million metric tons was last month's number. 100.1 million metric tons is this month's number. So just a little bit of a trim off there. So again, nothing wildly bullish out of that. Sort of looks like a buy the rumor, sell the fact at this point in time. We continue to see volatility, as I mentioned earlier. We're down quite substantially on all three of the main ags that we see here. I think beans are still leading the way. Today the futures topped out right at the trend line, kind of fell lower. We're seeing the CIF and the Gulf a little bit lower here today, as well as the spreads kind of losing some ground as well. So almost like a triple witching day that we see here. But most of the position overall has just kind of been south. 10-12 is the area that I would mark support at in the interim here. That's a nice trend line that's drawn off of that point. So if we do break below that, looks like we're either going to be correcting in price, maybe look for a 38 to 50% retracement, or maybe correcting in time, at which point we just find ourselves in a little bit of a trading range. We did that about 15 days ago at our last kind of take a breath point in beans. So it'll be interesting to see what pans out there. Corn, we're working on an upside down week after a outside up week last time, and also an outside up month as well last month. During April. So that is a little bit concerning if you look at it. I'd put support at 368 for the time being. That's where I think we'd start to worry a little bit about the bull case at that point. Wheat, though, however, has broken below last week's low, so that is a little bit unsettling. I would start to look at that as more of a bearish trend right now. So that is something to watch as we look at it. So we'll see how we close up here. We'll be back with more information after the close. Again, all the opinions expressed here are my own, and not those of CGB Enterprises or any affiliated companies. Thanks. Have a great day.